First of all, for God's sake, stop saying that something is good or bad. The intention must be good. If you're earning a halal livelihood from a small job, then you are successful because earning halal is a great virtue. If you're doing a big business but it involves fraud, please stop doing that work. Those things will take you to hell. First, change the mindset. No work is small or big. I have hundreds of stories. I've often narrated the incident when I got a call from a girl. She said that I belong to a backward area of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and my financial situation is very bad. It is even difficult to get a one-time meal. I asked her if there is any NGO in your area that teaches skills. She said that she will find out and let me know. After a few days, she contacted me again that an NGO teaches artificial flower making. I told her to enroll herself in that institution. 6 months later, she called again and she told me that she had learned to make flowers with a lot of hard work and dedication. And she also sent pictures of the flowers she had made on my WhatsApp, and I thought maybe they were real flowers. But I was shocked when she told me that they were handmade. I said, wow, these are beautiful. I told her to teach these skills to other girls in her area. She said, who will come to learn from me? I told her that just take a white chart and write on it, learn to make artificial flowers and hang it outside the house. And keep the fees very low. She decided to charge 200 rupees per month, just like nothing. Shortly after she put out the chart, other girls in her neighborhood started learning from her. So this kept going on for almost 8 months, and after which she was approached by a foreign firm and they wanted her to make thousands of flowers for them. She was awarded the contract, and when she sent the first consignment, she called me and she told me that she had received the first check of 600,000 rupees. There is another trend that is very common in Pakistan, that people would call you and say that I'm very poor, help me. And if you tell them that okay, I will send you 2 or 3,000 rupees, and they will say no, they are not enough, send me at least 13,000 rupees. And believe me, when I investigated some of these scholars, I found out that they had already taken similar money from 15 other people. This habit of begging makes a person undignified. Some people have become accustomed to always asking for something. Believe me, not compromising on your self-respect is a great virtue. It's a great blessing. God bless those who are self-reliant or independent. If you are self-reliant and don't compromise on your self-respect, God will reward you. Self-reliance comes only if you depend no one except God for help. And God is the owner of all treasures. But we choose to ask for help from people like our own selves. We must only ask Allah for help. The only way to seek God's help is to try to build your capacity. So, once that flower maker girl called and asked me, Qasim Sahab, where did you learn that amazing formula for earning a respectable living, which you told me? And I told her I learned it from our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. A companion of Prophet once told him that he is so poor that he hasn't eaten anything for many days. The Prophet asked him if he had any money. The Sahabi said no. Then Prophet asked him if he has any other possession. Sahabi said, yes, I have a body armor. Prophet told him to sell it, buy an axe and start cutting woods from forest to sell it in the market. And after some time, the same person came back and said he has become financially independent. We are so strange in our thinking. We usually carry an expensive phone but still complain of being jobless. You understand which way I'm pointing? A person who does not spend money on his improvement or business, he can never become a successful person or even a businessman. He who is not willing to spend for his own good cannot progress. There is another problem, that we don't have big desires. I want you to find an idea with an open mind and heart, without limiting yourself. From this society, you will get many ideas. There is scope for innovation in many sectors. In Pakistan, our housing sector got revolutionized with Bahria town 2 decades ago. Every other person started investing in the housing societies after that. When it comes to the urban planning and housing, situation is very bad here in Pakistan. Have you ever been to the UK? There you will see a great urban planning. You will find a symmetry in their construction. You will find great designs. Actually, they started working on housing and urban planning at least 200 years ago, and we have just started learning about it. Pakistan is still under construction. Write this sentence in your diary. If you understand it, then the law of attraction will create magnetic force and many ideas will start coming to your mind. We should keep saying these affirmations that Pakistan is on journey of development, Pakistan is under construction. How will the ideas come? When you will look around, you will see that there is room for improvement in almost everything. For example, there is dearth of trainers in Pakistan right now. India is far ahead of us in this field. There are many people in India who have excelled in this field. There are many people in US, apart from Tony Robbins and other people, who are doing great work in this field. But in Pakistan, we are the only ones doing this work, our organization. So no one knew before that this work could become a profession, and you don't know the market, and you can't imagine in this market there is dearth of trainers. I repeat, the reason for this high demand is that there aren't many good trainers, and people need trainers. Organizations need trainers. People usually don't consider it a profession and opt for traditional occupation instead. Someone might want to become a teacher or want to get a government job. People often tell me they are desperate for job. I ask them, why you only want to do jobs? Why can't you become consultants? Why don't you become entrepreneurs? Why don't you strive for excellence in your field? Strive for excellence and you will sell expensive. You will be able to earn in one day what others earn in a year. But no one here thinks such an idea. No one is ready to take the blindfold off. Everyone is running after jobs. Do the job, but only to learn and then start your own business. Remember, a man without vision is blind. A man came to Sheikh Sadi and said that I am so unfortunate that I do not have eyes. Sadi said no. Even more unfortunate than you is the one who is blind despite having eyes.